Well, no, no, I've been of the opinion for some time that Labour's plans to investigate grooming gangs, formerly called group localised child sexual exploitation, they simply don't go far enough. There's five local inquiries. There's a bit of a confusion in terms of how the government is going to approach this because before parliamentary recess, it looked like they were going to water down those plans. And as you know, there's that SNAP audit, which will be led by Baroness Louise Casey, looking into the societal and cultural characteristics connected to group-based exploitation. But for me, there needs to be a full and comprehensive national statutory inquiry, which has those powers to compel witnesses to stand and to take evidence under oath. Because I think the critical point here is that we want to determine public sector accountability for these gross institutional failings which have taken place across decades all over the country. And you simply can't do that whether it's a private investigation or Labour's what I consider to be very superficial plans.
Why do you think that she's holding back on this then? Because she has done some very good work in the past. It does seem pretty clear that there needs to be some sort of national inquiry. It's not going to work because we found Charlie Peters, our brilliant GB News reporter, found that there are at least 50 locations where it's happening. What could possibly be her reasoning for not wanting a national inquiry, in your view?
Well, I think you make such a good point, Nana. There have been 50 cities and towns across the country which have been identified as problems when it comes to having problems in terms of grooming gang activity. So the five local inquiries would cover one-tenth of that. I think that if you look at the Labour Party more generally, when you look at the most serious scandals surrounding grooming gangs, which involve police forces and local councils simply not doing their job in terms of properly investigating this problem, they tend to be in Labour-controlled areas. Areas traditionally which have had Labour-controlled local councils. And I think that that perhaps is why there's a reluctance when it comes to the Labour government committing to a natural statutory inquiry. But we shouldn't let the Conservatives off the hook either. We had 14 years of Tory-led rule and there's no national statutory inquiry there either.